In times of struggle, it's important to remember that God is with you. You are not alone in your trials. God is walking by your side. When you feel overwhelmed, turn to God for strength and find comfort in His presence. Remember that God has a plan for your life, even if things feel uncertain right now. God's love for you is unconditional. He will never abandon you or give up on you. In moments of doubt or fear, have faith and trust in the Lord's guidance. You are fearfully and wonderfully made by God, who has given you unique gifts and talents. Take solace in the fact that God's grace is sufficient and His power is made perfect in weakness. No matter what you are facing, remember that God is in control and has the ability to turn things around. Even in the darkest times, have hope and hold on to the promises of God's faithfulness. Pray without ceasing and cast your burdens upon Him, for He cares deeply for you. God can use your pain and struggles to bring about beauty and purpose in your life. Let go of your worries and anxieties, knowing that God is your refuge and strength. Through Jesus Christ, you have been given victory over sin, fear, and death. In times of discouragement, cling to the promises of God's Word, which bring hope and healing. God's love is greater than any mistake or failure you may have experienced. You are forgiven and redeemed through the sacrifice of Jesus on the cross. Don't be discouraged by setbacks. God's plans for your life are far greater than you can imagine. Trust in the Lord's timing, for He makes all things beautiful in His perfect time. When you feel weak, allow God to be your strength and carry you through the storms of life. God's grace is sufficient, and He will provide the strength and courage you need. Seek to glorify God in all that you do, knowing that He is always with you. In moments of doubt, remember to fix your eyes on Jesus, the author and finisher of your faith. God's love is unconditional and unchanging, regardless of your circumstances or failures. Find strength in the community of believers, for where 2 or 3 gather in His name, He is present. You are a precious child of God, created with a purpose and a calling. Don't be discouraged by comparison. God has uniquely designed and called you for His divine purpose. In times of uncertainty, remember that God's plans for you are good, even when you can't see it. Focus on the eternal, for this world is temporary but God's kingdom is everlasting. Allow God to be the center of your life, for in Him, you will find true joy and fulfillment. Work diligently and faithfully, knowing that whatever you do it all for the glory of God. Be a light in this world, reflecting God's love and truth to those around you. Never underestimate the power of prayer. God hears and answers the prayers of His faithful children. Begin each day with gratitude and thanksgiving, for every good and perfect gift comes from above. When you feel weak or discouraged, remember that God's strength is made perfect in your weakness. Extend forgiveness to others, just as you have been forgiven by God's abundant grace. In every situation, choose love and kindness, for this is the way of Christ. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all things, seek God's kingdom and His righteousness, and everything else will be added. Remember that God's love is unchanging, even in the midst of life's challenges and uncertainties. Keep your eyes fixed on Jesus, the author and perfecter of your faith, for He is the source of true hope.